Hey everybody, clearing. Okay, let's dive in. What are we going to dive into? For the divine masculines that join me here, what can we see for a frequency card? What can be up for consideration for you, beautiful divine masculine? Joy, playfulness, and pleasure. Don't take life so seriously, divine masculines, and just know that when you can have spontaneity, when you can get yourself into an alignment that allows you to call the shots on your own life with joy, that's the destination you want to get to. We're not talking about lower vibrational repression and rebellion and things that the world would say take a load off. Artificial routes. Genuine. This is a cue to come into the genuine aliveness that is following your bliss. Okay, for the feminines, what is the frequency? Well, that was fast. Psychic vision, hidden meanings, and dream reading. So divine feminines right now, there's another layer of that high priestess insight, intuition, interpretation available. So drop into anything that's causing a fear response in you or anything that feels diluted and ask, what could it be? And drop through it layer after layer until you find the truth that sets you free. You are a technician of this work of uncovering the love within things. Okay, let's get into a divine masculine reading. What is it we can see? Where the divine masculine polarity? What are the divine masculines thinking about the journey these days? What is being felt on the heart space for their divine feminine and the journey? What is the wish at this time? What is the biggest challenge towards, what are the actions being taken? What is the biggest challenge regarding the actions or the wish? What is the spirit guided solution? And where is the divine masculine polarity moving, going, transitioning to in the near future energetically? Okay, on the conscious mind, the burden, feeling overwhelmed. Okay, I like this because it's not a tower. Wouldn't be surprised if the tower does show up, but I do like this. This is the Ten of Wands. It's like the straw that breaks the camel's back, but there's no camel and it's not on this masculine's back. There is a going through the motions, cleaning things up. I want to say overwhelmed, but I think in the middle of it all, you've really actually got this, divine masculines. Whatever this crunch time is for you, the energies are off the charts though. So yeah, it's no surprise you've got all these things coming down at once. I've got paint on my hand. I'm doing some painting and patching before I move. My divine masculine self is activated for sure, but this is a budgeting card. Two of coins is, instead of getting overwhelmed, it's doing one thing at a time, just the next step. It's the next thing that can be done that slow and steady wins the race. Over time, that's how we get the low-hanging fruit, and then we work into the more challenging things. So there could be a message, just do the next thing. Do the thing that is the obvious, easier thing that you can get off of your to-do list so that you can feel successful right now, because there's so much. How does this relate to the connection? I'm being told to pull clarifiers. So we're going to look at another layer of this. How does the burden and decisions relate directly? Yeah, the destined path. So it's like, I'm coming, Divine Feminine, I'm getting through the burden, I'm figuring out the techniques to roll with life, to focus on what really matters. I'm aligning. I just heard, I'm aligning. What is the heart space? Passion. So I just heard you are turning your divine masculine on. There is a growing desire to let the love in. This is the heart space, and we get the 4 of coins in the reverse, which is the opening of the heart chakra, opening, cracking open the safe of the heart and letting the love in, which is turning them on. It's enlivening, it's invigorating, it's intrinsic, it's an inside job. So divine masculines are feeling their heart opening on the heart space here, and there is a resilience, a passion growing, but it's like a it's a heart on. They've turned their heart on, and that is the soul driven level of attraction. That is not just an objectification or another pretty face or a sexual pull, a lustful pull. This is heart and soul level attraction. I'm hearing a love like this used to be the scariest thing, and now they're feeling like it's worth it. Let's get a clarifier for that. Can we see in the heart space? Yeah, Son of Cups. So this is an inspired motion that is going to lead to communication. It's going to lead to a reach out, a positive reinforcement, I just heard. So a compliment, a genuine show of affection. The knights are messengers, so yeah, divine masculines want to tell you how special you are, I just heard. What are the masculines wishing? We get the 1111 Union card. In this deck, it's 1111, whether it's in the upright or the inverse. So they're looking for the spiritual foundation. In times in the past, they haven't necessarily identified as spiritually driven. Even though many divine masculines are very conscious of their spirituality, they don't present that to the world because there has been a mainstream navigation, a manifestation in the 3D that has taken priority in many cases. 7 of Wands is the healthy boundaries. It's in the reverse. And so it's the inner paradigm shifts, the new ways of looking at things through the eyes of love, through the honest recognition of a love like this. It's recalibrating the inner climate of the divine masculines, and they're building their new foundation more on the energetics of connection, the vibe, the feeling, the frequency, the knowing about what feels right. They're wishing to continue constructing this. The wands are the soul stuff. So they're going from this worldly external experience, and now we've got these things being an inside job. So they're shifting focus from the external to the internal geography. Love it. Love it. What can we see for, oh, that one wanted to come out. How strange. Yeah, and more wands, the 6 of Wands. This is the victory. So we're kind of so interesting. So we've got all these ones. We got the 4, the 6, the 7. We're missing the 5. When I get a major, like a 10 of Wands, 10 of Swords, and then the 5 of Swords, 5 of Wands, it's by omission here. We've got the 5 of Wands. They're kind of sidestepping the accountability piece. The 5 is where we come into alignment with our choice. The 5 of Wands is the pettiness, the bickering, the interactions, conflict of interest, but it's not dropping in necessarily on the surface. It's just adversity that we meet, or resistance externally a lot of times based on what is going on within us. And that's where we can start having victory truly, as we take accountability for having brought certain things in. So divine masculines are thinking about how they have created adversity here, or that the connection feels burdensome, that it's going to demand changes in order for the burden to be let go of in this connection. But there's also a like across the board feeling that they are coming out of the habits and patterns of interaction that they've become accustomed to out in the world, and they're really trying to do a different inner motion here. So divine masculines who are watching, if you're wishing for this inner alignment, don't forget to take the personal accountability that you have been buying into paradigms you've been handed. It wasn't yours, but you can still take accountability for how you choose to show up. So your contribution into dynamics, you have more power with the languaging, the ways that you look at things, the ability you have to change. And I don't want to risk talking down to you, but I want to empower you, divine masculines, that as you do this, your speech, your actions, your results in the world will shift. But there seems to be an everything but really taking a look at your own actions and wording around certain things. I'm getting that it goes hand in hand with these kinds of energies, but I have to mention that that's there. Okay, what are the divine masculines' actions at this time? Okay. Spirit of Pentacles. This is the King. Oh wow, the King of Pentacles. That's the commitment. We've had this for a few weeks now. The King of Pentacles in the reverse, which is the theme of commitment. The divine masculines have really been working on what it means to partner and what commitment actually is. If partnering and collaboration and innovation can be done, they are really taking a look at the fact that even though you might not be in physical union, that there is an energetic union between twins, and that there is an unspoken commitment. So this is a huge eye-opener for the divine masculines that realize that you've been an energetic entanglement, you've been a support system for each other, even if you haven't called it a relationship, even if you haven't called it a commitment. There has been a loyalty, there's been this unspoken knowing and a bond, and time after time the twins have come back into connection when they thought that it was done. They've been pulled back into communication. They're starting to see the facts, the energetic facts of this connection, rather than the physical proofs that you could take to the bank. You know, there's a different thing going on in the energetic realms with these connections, and the divine masculines are seeing things that way. They are looking at that it won't be so abstract to come into partnership and commitment with you, divine feminine, because there has been the makings of that energetically all along. What else can we see regarding this? Oh, the Son of Pentacles, slow and steady, wins the race. This is going towards the goal, but this is also the foundation that's been laid. The energetic foundation. So divine masculines are appreciating the energetic contribution that both of you have made on this journey that justifies a physical connection, or the appreciation of it. We saw in the heart space they want to offer a thank you to acknowledge the sweetness I just heard, to appreciate without attachment, I'm getting to say. But it is just more lighthearted. They're not taking this connection in a serious, burdensome way. They're looking at the positivity of the connection. It's a joyful thing. What is the biggest challenge? 7 of Swords, 7 of Pentacles, both in the reverse. So the biggest challenge is they haven't invested. This is a card of investment and tending and nurturing to a garden. And this is the secrecy card. So in the reverse, they're starting to be more honest with themselves about how they haven't invested to the full potential that these connections justifiably warrant. They've been sidestepping and diminishing the amount of energetic collaboration that's already been proven in these scenarios, but they're starting to see it. They're starting to see that these connections can bear fruit. But it's a challenge because the 3D hasn't reflected the energetic truths going on here. What can we see further? Yeah, they're looking at reciprocity in new ways. 6 of Pentacles is the equal give and take, and the Hanged Man is when the universe forces us to see something in a different way, puts us in a headlock, stalemate, makes our life screech to a halt. Something falls out of our life, something happens, and we're left in a bit of a daze going, how do I make sense of this? Well, Divine Masculines are now seeing that there has been reciprocity in the energetic levels as you've been accountability buddies behind the scenes through all the changes this journey has brought into your lives. The Divine Masculines are consciously recognizing that you have impacted each other's lives in an forever changed sort of way. And that is a very noble thing. I just heard it's a very rare thing. It's a thing to celebrate. There's a deeper connection that transcends the 3D space and time. And they are seeing that that is, you know, that's the kind of plant you want growing in your garden. It's a sweet fruit. It's not the weed they used to think of it as. Okay, what is the spirit-guided solution for the reality of the energetic connection that they're seeing right now? Setting healthy boundaries externally while focusing on the love that's been here all along. So this is where they now have that internal motivation to fight for this. Divine Masculines, spirit guidance is, now that you see what you see about this, go for it. Do it. Advocate. This is what really matters. That is a noble, worthy pursuit. Get it. Get it, Masculines. Get it. Go get it. Okay, what else can we see here? Take care of karmic business. Take care of cleaning up the pieces of your old life. Aligning your thoughts. These are the swords. The 6 of Swords in the reverse. This is, you know, taking accountability for correct thinking, for prioritizing the appropriate thoughts regarding the game plan, regarding the inspiration to go forward towards this. This is like another pep talk. But there is a deep appreciation of the bond that you share, the frequency you share with your divine counterpart. What can we see for the direction the Masculines are going in? Well, here's justice in the reverse. We've had that word come through. So fear is holding back this justice. I'm going to do a little bit of a dive into what is this fear about? that's still here. We've seen the masculines being fearful, not being fearful, being fearful, not being fearful. Ooh, I just heard they've never been afraid like this before. They've been afraid of losing their freedom. They've been afraid of a lot of things, but this is the kind of stage fright you get when you know it's your turn to get up on stage and you're not sure how you'll be received. What would you say, Divine Masculines? You already know. I think I just said it. What else? Anything else you want to say? Be more selfish. I'm hearing that they know that you have the right to refuse them, Divine Feminines, and be selfish when they've been selfish and mirror that eye for an eye energy. So they're half expecting that that is a very legitimate response from a typical person in the world, and they wouldn't be surprised if you said heck no. What else are you afraid of? I want you to choose. They're afraid that you won't choose them. What else are you afraid of? How much they love you. I'm absolutely in love with you. Afraid of not being able to say it, like kind of like ringing the doorbell and then, oh hey, how's it going? Why are you here? Oh, I was just in the neighborhood. Okay, any message from the Divine Masculines to the Divine Feminines? I want to get you drunk, but okay. So I feel the same way, and love is the answer. These came out together yesterday. Okay, so this is a continuation of yesterday's reading. I have to say all of my readings, I see the continuity in them, but when this happens, it's really important to mention that it's a continuation. So we saw these come out talking about yesterday the Divine Masculines fearing failure, fearing not being on the same page so greatly that they would rather run away than be at odds. If there's anything that would potentially be an impasse between the twins, they rather be scarce, because that would be the most difficult thing to deal with. They are overcoming the fear of that. These things are in the reverse here, so it's like in transition is what I'm getting. So part of the fear is also getting in the hot seat, that you may not share their same opinion at this time, but that they're willing to risk it. And light, it's in the reverse. So there is a growing light. I'm being reminded of the Ace of Wands. We saw this, that the masculines were too afraid to look at you, Divine Feminine, because of your light. And now they are starting to see that same light within them. And yes, that's the key, Divine Masculines, is speaking from that light in you, the Namaste. And recognizing that in each other and letting ego get out of the way. So speak from that light, speak from that soul stuff. Beautiful. Okay, many blessings, everyone. Bye for now.